Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Can you hear me okay? I can see there's a bit of a delay on here, so I'm just going to shut down some tabs. Hey, Marcel. Hi, Lauren. Nice to see you here for this week's angel reading and messages from your angels. Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining. Hi there, Yana. Thanks for being here. Sorry, I was a little bit late this morning, just a little bit of getting the technology together. Hi, Deb. Hey, Marcel in Melbourne. Hi, Martin. Thanks for being here. So welcome to this week's angel reading. I'm Rachel Scoltock, as you know, most of you. Hi, Christy. Angel medium, and my job is to teach about angels, teach about love, to raise your consciousness, bring you messages and guidance from the divine so that you can empower yourself, so that you can feel empowered, clear and open your energy so that you can attract and receive the abundance that is waiting for you. We all have a divine inheritance, and that's not just about money, it's about happiness, our lives, and living our life purpose, living with purpose, being connected to the divine and aligned with that purpose is what makes all the difference. And it's made a huge difference in my life and in many people who I've worked with. Hi, Tyler. Thanks for being here. So last week we talked about bringing down your defenses and how being defensive, guarded, holding on to old hurts, being blocked in a way that maybe you're afraid of love, or you're afraid to give or receive love in case you're hurt, how that can actually act as a wall and block you from receiving abundance, receiving the prayers that you've been putting out there, asking for change in your life, asking for your life to up level in some way. So we talked about how that can act like that defensiveness, that guardedness can literally block your heart and block the good that you want from coming to you. But I didn't explain fully in that recording, because we ran out of time, about how to properly protect your energy so that you can be protected against the negative intentions of others. You can filter out negativity from other people. You can clear your energy if you feel like someone else's negativity has seeped into your aura, your precious energy, and started to affect you. Hi, Sherry. And so this week, I'm talking to you about how to properly protect your energy so that you don't take on the pain, the suffering, the fear, the trauma that you've been trying to avoid. So rather than protecting your energy with fear, which is what defensiveness is, when we're overly guarded, when we hide ourselves away from the world, when we are always thinking about, I'm not safe, I've got to protect myself against somebody's attack or somebody who might have bad intentions against me, we actually layer ourselves with layers of fear, and that actually brings our vibration down. It also disconnects you from the divine. It disconnects you from your angels and God, who are trying to bring messages and guidance, and who actually are constantly speaking to you. You're constantly receiving messages from the divine. It's not just occasionally, it's constantly. And you can tune into those messages at any time. Sorry, I can put a bit of lipstick. So knowing how to protect your energy properly will show you how to drop your defenses, drop the fear layers, and come from a place of love without feeling like you've got a target on your back. Have you ever felt when you're really super sensitive, or that you've got a beautiful open heart and you love people unconditionally and you're always looking for the best in people, but it feels like you don't get that in exchange, that people are kind of coming at you with their negative energy, or they take advantage of your sensitive nature, or they try to control you. It's something that a lot of empathic, unconditionally loving, sensitive people find, is that they find themselves being manipulated or in some way sort of targeted a little bit by people who've got harsh energy. Now, that's a sign when you're getting a lot of negative energy from people. It's a sign that those people, hi Caroline, hi Justin, it's a sign that the people that you're encountering are in their ego, they're in their lower self. And when you encounter people who are in ego, it's very easy to switch into your ego. So you go into your defensiveness, you go into irritation, you go into anger, you go into why me and why is this happening? You go into negative thinking, you go into your back brain, negative thought. Remember we spoke last week about how fight or flight can put us into our back brain. So how do we stop that? How do we still stay present, not take on that negativity, not allow it to flip us into our negativity? And best of all, how do we rise above it so that maybe we can't completely eliminate pain and suffering and people who are struggling and people who are in their ego or trying to control from our lives, but we can avoid absorbing all of that harsh energy into our own field and not take it on, not feel it, not have to spend a couple of days or a week or however long feeling down because you've actually absorbed the pain and suffering of others. So this is a method that is called shielding. And there's plenty of ways to do it. You don't have to just choose one way. I'll talk about a couple of the ways that we do it. Hi, Stacey. How to properly protect your energy. But one of the most powerful ways to protect your energy is to speak to God and your angels. Whether or not at this moment you hear them or not, it doesn't matter. It's important that you speak to your angels and that you let God and the angels know that you would like to be protected, that you would like to have, to stay in your own bubble of love, if you like, and to have less ego influence in your life. It's really important, particularly if you're looking to change your life at the moment. If you're looking to make a big shift, maybe you want to change jobs, maybe you're trying to up-level your income, maybe you want a healing in your relationship or in your body, or you're looking for love. It's really important that you're not carrying the energy of fear and ego and pain and suffering in your energy field, either for other people or as your own reaction to things that have happened. Because if you're carrying that heavy weight around with you, hey, Patricia and Tina and Jody, if you're carrying that weight around with you, that's going to act like an anchor, constantly pulling your vibration down, pulling your thoughts down. Have you noticed sometimes it's hard for you to think a positive thought, or even if you think a positive thought, it just kind of feels like, a coin dropping in a bucket. It's like, nothing. It doesn't seem to resonate through you. And that's because you need to switch out of ego, fear, heaviness into your higher self, so that you can feel that resonance and you can feel the connection of your thoughts and your words when you're speaking them. So let me know if this is resonating with you. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining us. So we're talking about how to protect yourself against ego, yours and other people's, and how ego can have a profound effect on your connection with your intuition, with the divine, with your angels, with getting your angels' messages, because it acts like a black cloud crossing over the sun. It's not that God and the angels go away. It's not that your intuition and your soul can ever switch off, but it does sort of cloud it. It's like there's static on the line. Hey, Tina. So when you've got that static on the line, you can feel torn. You've got too many different ideas. You're trying to make a decision about something. You can have too many conflicting thoughts in your mind, which are blocking you from receiving that clear message. When you receive divine guidance, it is clear, it is to the point, it's gentle, it's peaceful, it repeats until you get it. It's very direct. Sometimes it's almost, they'll just say, go here. There won't be any fluff or explanation around it. It's just very, very clear and direct. And if you're not getting that, there's a chance that you're either being split because you've taken on some negative energy, or that you've got your own ego voice is too loud, or your other people's egos are interfering with your clear connection. So protecting your energy is about reconnecting to the divine. Some people, there's nothing wrong with, when you get up in the morning, visualizing yourself inside a bubble of light. I choose a really deep, dark color for me, so that I find that sees me through most of the day. When I'm working with clients all day, I'm doing a lot of work with people's pain, so helping that to transmute, but also surrounding myself with a bright light. That's a really powerful way to start. But I would also suggest that you clear energy and you also call on God and the angels or the divine, the universe, whatever word you use, to help protect you as well, so that you're not just on your own. One of the reasons why we can get a bit lost is that our egos make us feel separate and disconnected from everybody else. So we either feel like everyone's in competition with us, we feel like we're too different and nobody loves us, we're afraid of judgment, or we've got that real strong independent streak where you just want to make it on your own. You just want to, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, doing things independently. But if you're too independent and you're forgetting to bring God and the angels into your everyday life, then that is actually going to go against you. And it's what author Robert Holden calls dysfunctional independence. I love that word. Dysfunctionally independent people, or DIPs. People who are so independent that they won't accept help from anyone, including their angels. And that means that they're struggling. They're struggling. And that also means that you're in your ego, because ego is about separation. So it's important that when you're calling on the angels, that you ask them to help protect you and protect your life. So I might say a prayer in the morning that would be, Archangel Michael, thank you for being with me today. Thank you for standing and watching over me. Thank you for clearing me of any lower energies that are within or around me. And thank you for protecting my energy, my bank account, my physical body, my business, my home, my pets, my loved ones. So in that, I sort of, you don't have to be, you know, hugely detailed, but I'm asking for protection in my life so that I feel as if, hey, Leanne, I know that I'm conscious and present to wanting to be aware that there's protection surrounding all the areas of my life which are important to me. And that way you're protecting yourself from harm, but you're also engaging yourself as part of the process. You're not just going, oh yeah, Archangel Michael's got this. I've got to be, you know, I'm on my own. I can sort of drive too fast or talk to people that mean me harm. That's not it at all. We've also got to be present. We've got to have our intuition switched on. And we've got to be aware of energies and what we let into our energy and which is our life, and what we don't let into our energy. So, you know, if someone gives you a signal that perhaps they haven't got the best intentions, that they're coming from ego, they're coming from fear, they're coming from a place of wanting to control you, or they've got an agenda which is against, you know, your agenda, your own intention for your life, then once you recognize that, you can take verbal and other affirmative action to make sure that your boundaries are strong and that you say no to these people. You've got to be present. You've got to be switched on as well to protect your energy. So it's really important that you're clear about your intuition and you're clear about how you feel. You know, especially empaths and sensitives. It's all about how you feel. And when someone comes at you with some kind of energy that isn't the right kind of energy, and you're aware of that, and look, it's not a sin to be aware of it after that situation has walked away. Sometimes, I told you a story last week about being on the phone to an insurance company, and when I put the phone down, I felt horrible. I felt sick. I felt this kind of yucky taste in my mouth, this kind of feeling like, I sort of feel like I was put down then, but hang on a minute. And when I was present to those feelings, I was like, you know what? That lady was actually quite rude. She was putting me down. She was trying to manipulate me so that I went into fear so that I would buy her policy. No, thank you. I don't want anything to do with that, you know, and move on to something else. So it's about being present. And sometimes we're not present until that situation has walked away, because sometimes people's energy can be very overwhelming in the moment, and you're spending all your time sort of going, okay, back off a bit. And then you can be clear about what it is that you want to do. Hey, Jen. Hi, Denise. So it's really super important that you're present, because if you're not present, it's so much easier for people with negative intentions, bringing bad energy, trying to control you, trying to manipulate you, trying to pressure you in some way. It's really easy for them to slip past your radar. And it doesn't matter how many layers of, pink light you've got around you, that energy is you've allowed it in. And if you've allowed it in, it's like you've opened a door in your shield and you said, yeah, okay, come in. So being present is really important. Now, please don't feel guilty or feel bad about the times when someone has gotten past your radar, because, we're all human. We're human, and it's all part of living and learning. And so what you've learned from those lessons will serve you later on. So protecting your energy involves protecting yourself from ego, other people's, and your own. You have to be really aware of how your ego can get triggered sometimes. Also, protecting you from harm, protecting you from people or situations that might not be the best for you, that might bring you down, might bring down your health or your business or some other part of your life. Protecting you from people with negative intentions and their energy. And the best way to tell about that is to trust how you're feeling. Trust the thoughts that you're having. Trust how you feel when you're around those people, or when they, when they come into contact with you, whether it's through the phone or in any other way. Sometimes I think we've become a bit numb in our society to negative energy, because in some ways we devour it in the form of drama on our televisions and through, social media. Sometimes we can really get hooked into that, because it can give you an adrenaline rush, which is like a hit. And so that adrenaline rush of drama, which is all, horror movies and soap operas and all of those horrible documentaries about murderers, they're feeding the drama inside of you, and that isn't your higher self. That's coming from a lower self. There's nothing wrong with wanting to read a good mystery or a thriller, but you have to make sure that you're not overdosing on those kind of things and not feeding that part of your ego that wants drama in your life, because that has a magnetic effect and will encourage more drama into your life. And it won't all be on the screen. So it's important that you surround yourself with peace rather than drama. And watch yourself. If you find yourself sort of looking for things that give you that kick, then ask God and your angels to help you to overcome that, to let go of that, to cut a cord with it. And know that when you're doing that, you're literally disconnecting yourself. It's like you're putting a metal umbrella, I always say. Sometimes when I'm working on people and I can feel that they've got a block in their crown chakra, and it may be because they've been through a trauma, they've been through a tough time of some sort, and they've closed themselves down, as if to say, okay, I don't want any more energy coming in. Like, I don't want the bad, so I'm going to block the good as well. And this is where the divine light enters your crown chakra. So they put a block there. The other reason they might do that is because they're angry with the universe and the angels. They feel like, why did you let this happen to me? Why did you allow this terrible thing to happen? So again, they put a block there saying, I don't want anything to do with you, because this is where the divine light enters your body. So clearing that means that then you start to receive peace again. You start to receive solutions. You get your intuition back. You get positive experiences start happening, because you start to get fresh new energy into your energy field, which removes all the toxic energy that you might have taken on, or the pain, the suffering, whether it's yours or other people's. You start to be able to let that go. But while that's closed, you're disconnected, like that cloud going over the sun. It's like a metal umbrella over your energy field. And when you remove that umbrella and everything lightens up, you start to realize, oh, hang on a minute, that's not the way it was. That's not, to blame. I'm not blaming the divine for all the things that have happened. I've just disconnected from the divine. You can't connect into the divine when you've got that heavy energy. So 3 ways to protect your energy. Number 1, I've already spoken about. Hi, Ida. Hi, Joseph. And Loretta and Geraldine and Denise. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. So 3 ways to protect your energy, which is a positive, loving way rather than being defensive or putting metal umbrellas over your energy. So the first one is light, protecting yourself in light. Now, I love the idea of the Archangel Michael colors: electric blue, deep purple, violet, or gold, or all 3 if you want to. You can surround yourself, you imagine it above your energy, all around you like a cocoon, and beneath your feet as well. That's one thing that you can do. Hi, Rochelle. Another thing that you can do is pray. So every morning, before you get out of bed, or when you're in the shower, when you've got a minute, you're meditating, Archangel Michael, Divine Spirit, Archangel Raphael, guardian angels, thank you for protecting me today. Thank you for protecting me energetically, spiritually, psychically, physically, mentally, and emotionally, for protecting my finances, my home, my pets, my loved ones. Thank you for walking in front of me, protecting my back, and standing either side of me. And set your intentions for the day and call in all of those beings of light to help you. Switching on your intuition, coming into the present moment, being really clear with yourself. Meditation is a beautiful way to start activating your intuition, clearing your chakras, setting an intention that your intuition is clearer, and learning how your intuition speaks to you. That will protect you above all else. Because if you're switched on, aware and present, then you will see it coming, if anything is coming at all. But I don't want to give you in this a message of fear. This isn't about fear, but it is about recognizing that we live in a duality, where in this time, space, energy that where we are right now, there are both forms of energy. And when you start to focus on love over fear, and the only way I know how to do that effectively and permanently is to connect to the divine and your angels, because that's what they're there for. They're pure love, unconditional love. And the more that you let go of the elements of your life, the elements of your own consciousness that are holding on to fear, negativity, and pain, then that energy will start to shift and you'll start to lighten your life up. And protection is a really powerful step in that. So given that, you also need to clear your energy regularly. So if you've been through something tough, or you just, I mean, sometimes, you know, just a few phone calls and you can feel like a wet paper bag. And it's really important then, okay, my energy feels different. I feel heavy. I don't feel great. Is to clear energy, bring white light in. I've got some beautiful meditations that are free on my website. If you sign up on my website, rachelscoltock.com, there's a little box will pop up. And if it doesn't pop up, scroll to the bottom of the homepage, put your email address in, and 2 free meditations will come to you. And they're 2 of my most powerful ones. I didn't want to just kind of put any old meditations on there. There's the Clear Your Energy, Clear, Protect, and Ground Your Energy, a daily 18-minute meditation. And there's also a deep angelic cleanse, which is something I channeled live, which you'll find really super powerful as well. But clearing your energy is really powerful, because not only will that protect you, because you're no longer a magnet for fear. If you've got loads of fear in your energy, you're magnetizing more fear towards you. So go ahead and do that. And you know, if you've already signed up and you haven't, you didn't, it was before I put those meditations up, just use a different email address and sign up again. I don't mind. Okay. Excuse me, talking too fast. Hi, Jen. Thank you. Thank you. And Cassandra, do I have a chakra clearing meditation? Yes, I do. It's about $9 Australian. I recently recorded it at a studio, so it's schmick. It's clean and it's really powerful. It's the Archangel Metatron clearing meditation for your chakras, and it's one that lifts your vibration instantly. So just go to rachelscoltock.com, click on the books and store tab, and you'll find the chakra clearing meditation. Chakra clearing is probably one of the most powerful ways to fast track your intuition and your connection to the angels. And you will find when you're clearing through those chakras on a regular basis, it's like an antenna, heaven and earth, as above, so below. That you will feel your energy expanding. You'll feel yourself connecting into your angels. And if your natural channel is to see them or hear them or receive their messages in some other way, it will happen. when you're clearing your chakras. So, you know, it's really important that we pick up on people and pick up on people's energy. And when you do the work on yourself, you know, you start to do that deep clearing. So many people are holding on to pain and suffering, and it's not to negate it, like it's real. But the more that you drag that around with you, it's like a heavy bag being dragged with you, the more that will affect you, not just in a way in that it keeps you down, but it starts to kind of attract more of the same to it. And people feel like they can't catch a break. And I really get that. I really do. But, and that's why I wish energy clearing was even more mainstream. You know, I've seen it change, that many people realize now that energy clearing and working with angels is a real thing. And it's becoming more popular. Because we need to learn this thing in schools, because your energy affects everything, everything. And if you've got lots of guilt and fear and grief and sadness and trauma and anger and suppressed pain in your energy, doesn't mean you're a bad person, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you at all. It just means that you need help in releasing that so that you can be you, so that you can come back into you and walk that divine path that is divinely there for you. So I feel like I've talked a lot today, but I really wanted to get that out. For those of you that know, and silly me, I didn't bring a copy, I have written a book. I wrote it 8 years ago called Loving Your Sensitive Self, How to Protect and Manage Your Energy. I wrote it for sensitives because so many people are sensitive and don't realize it. They don't understand that many of their symptoms are because of the energy that they're carrying with them, that may be they've absorbed. I teach you how to not to give without draining yourself, and how to receive without taking on everybody's energy. And it's full of tips and exercises, prayers, and ways to connect with the angels. So that is, I actually just received 100 new copies. So if you go to my website, that's available too. And there's also an ebook. So let's pull the angel cards for today. I'd love to know if you've got any questions, just post them up there. If you've got any questions about protecting your energy. I'm just scrolling through the comments. I'll post the link up to everything I've spoken about, including my website where you can get the 2 free meditations. Later on, I'll post it to this video. So let's ask the angels, Archangel Michael, what is it that we most need to know this week? Okay, and I've also got some Archangel Michael cards with me. Okay. And we've got the mermaid cards as well, which I haven't dug out for a really, really long time. Take a big deep breath. Get ready to receive your messages. Thanks, Cassandra. Okay, so the angels are showing me in my mind's eye right now, before I've even turned the cards over, a picture of a feather. So they want you to know, and I know that many of you do know and already are receiving messages from your angels via feathers. But I'm being given this to you today for a reason, that feathers are a real positive sign for you. They're a sign that you're connecting with your angels. They're a sign to stop and connect with your angels. So if you're going through a hard time and a feather floats down in front of you, take that moment to call on the angels and ask for their help. Their guidance will come to you. I'm also being shown a grey feather, a white feather, and a black feather. And a white feather, I haven't even pulled a card, looked at a card yet. A white feather is a hello from heaven. This is a message that your angels know that you're talking to them, or they want you to talk to them. They're letting you know that your prayers have been heard and will be answered. So I always see the white feather as a calling card or a hello from heaven. The grey feather, the grey fluffy feather that you find on your path, is a message that things are about to improve for you in your life. Things are going to get better. And it's really important that you use the energy of prayer, connecting with your angels, meditation, to fast track that improvement. So again, it's a hello, which the angels are saying, hi, thanks for the hearts. The angels are saying, you know, we're here, but we also know that you might be going through a bit of a tough time and things are on the up. So please don't feel that you're stuck there. So that's the gray feather. Now the black feather, now isn't it interesting? I can see them clear as day. They're in like in a fan shape. The black feather is a sign that you need to protect your energy. And if you're already protecting your energy, it's a sign that you need to do better. You need to strengthen the protection around you. And the strongest protection of all, which of course I've implied, but I haven't mentioned yet, and the angels are giving me the nudge, is love. That's the strongest protection of all, is to surround yourself in love, wrap yourself in love, wrap yourself in divine love, and be in that state. And that state is what will protect, raise, and elevate your energy. So I'm just pulled the Archangel Michael cards. Now, the first card that I pulled is the situation is already resolved. So this is letting you know that what you're struggling with, anything that you feel stuck with at this moment, the angels are on their way to your side and they're assisting you with it already. They're lifting you out. Look, as we talked about elevating your energy, there's that little boy is being lifted, or little girl is being lifted up by Archangel Michael. He's being lifted up above the landscape and away from the situation that's causing problems. So at this moment, I feel really drawn to California, and I'd love to say a prayer if you want to join me for the people in the world, but the people of California that there's been so many losses and tragedy and suffering there because of the fires. So the angels are really nudging me to do this. Not something that I do regularly. Hey Sharon, thanks for being here. So let's take a moment and let's ask for protection for ourselves, and let's call on the angels to also protect, heal, and comfort, and send love and whatever is needed there in California. So thank you, Archangel Michael, for nudging me today with this prayer in this Facebook live video. Thank you so much. And I ask that you surround us all with your divine light. Thank you for surrounding us with golden light right now, and recognizing that we are all connected through our hearts and our souls to one another. Whether we are in each other's presence, energetically, virtually, physically, or just through thought, we're always connected on a high divine love level. And we pray together for divine protection for everyone present. Thank you for protecting us today, physically, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, psychically, financially. Thank you for protecting our loved ones, our home, our pets, the things that are important to us on every level. Thank you for surrounding us in your divine light. And thank you for nudging us when we need a nudge, when we need to know that something is off or something isn't right. Thank you for helping us to be more present and aware so that we know when something is off, and that we take a moment, that we take a breath rather than just charging ahead. Thank you for that. Thank you for slowing us down when we're driving. Thank you for steering us away from people, situations that bring us down. Thank you for steering us away from drama. Thank you for helping us to let go of our addictions and habits that are shadowing over our divine inner light. Thank you for engaging us all in our divine light and love. And we pray today for anyone in the world that is suffering. We ask for extra angels, and we also ask specifically for extra angels to go to California, where there's been some fires, and to comfort, nurture, protect, clear, and bring assistance to work through other people who are earth angels and help us to send our love. And we know that in divine truth, all is divinely well, even though suffering does happen, and we know it does, and we send our compassion and love, but we know that those that have crossed over to a place of love. and light. And we ask for healing. And so it is. And just at this moment, while we're doing this prayer, just send love and light to whomever or whatever, wherever you feel you want to at this moment, because we are all, our energy is all together, and this is a really powerful moment. So send love and light, maybe to a loved one, maybe to strangers, maybe to a country, a place where there's poverty, starvation, war. You know, just because we hear of things on the news doesn't mean that that's all that's going on in the world. There's places that don't get reported where there's terrible things happening. And we have to remember that we are all one, no matter what religion, culture, country, gender, preference, color. We are all one. We are all one. Thank you, angels, for carrying our prayers and for sending love and light. And so it is. That was beautiful. Thank you for joining me in that. So let's get back to the reading. And so our first card was about saying that the angels are about to come in and help you with something that's challenging you, and the Archangel Michael in particular. Now, we've talked today about energy protection, and look at this. Could this be a stronger confirmation? There's Archangel Michael with his sword, ready to clear you of any lower energies that could be holding you back. Anything that might be cords, swords, daggers, any kind of lower vibrational ego energy. So call on Archangel Michael to protect you. Now, we got some very powerful cards today. So the first card that came out of the Angels and Ancestors deck, which is a coil grey deck, and this is the stag. Now, very, strong masculine vibration. Again, with this one, very strong masculine vibration with the stag. And this is about trusting your intuition, and that will help you to thrive. So we've all got masculine energy inside of us as well as the feminine energy. And all of that always has to be in balance. But there is a divine masculine energy that we can call upon to help us to defend and protect ourselves energetically and in all ways. So this is about trusting your intuition and moving forward with your dreams. And this one is also the fire guardian is also, sorry about my nail, is also a strong sign. It's about when you're working on something that is your life purpose, that feels passionate, that is something that's meaningful to you. You don't have to know and have this kind of, oh, this is my life purpose. Whatever's meaningful to you at this time, whatever's calling you. When you're working on that and you're not letting your ego talk you out of it with procrastination, you are protected. You're walking the path of light, and that, it's only the ego that will drag us off into drama or drag us off into limitation and fear. I can't do this because I better do that. So working on your life purpose. And finally, we've got two cards from the Mermaids deck, and one is having faith. So putting more of your energy towards faith rather than fear. Now, I love this card because the mermaid is leaping out of the water. And in this instance, it feels like she's really coming up for air. She's coming up from the depths and she's coming into the light. So this is about you being able to leave behind all of the darkness and all of the heaviness and all the stuff that's pulled you down. This year has been a year of massive, huge shifts. And with each shift, it's like we get shaken up, and it's like an energetic detox where all the stuff comes up that we need to face. And it's always a question: are you going to walk your divine path, or are you going to listen to your ego? The angels are asking you to have a pause. Don't rush into action with your decision. Be very clear about what it is that you want. Ask for guidance before moving forward. It may well be that the angels will just affirm what you already think, but they're saying reach out to us before moving ahead. So a powerful week ahead. You can make it happen. Hi Rachel, hi Debbie, two Debbies. Lovely to see you here. So yes, powerful week ahead for all of us. Remember to protect your energy and call on the angels. I'll be writing a blog later with some deeper guidance about how to protect your energy. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week, if not before. Please let me know if you've got any questions or comments to hear from you. So you can pop them up here before we finish. Oh, the angels are saying to me, mention Uluru. So Uluru, if you don't live in Australia, has been known for years as Ayers Rock, which is the white explorer's name, but isn't the true name of the sacred place in the centre of Australia. And this is a beautiful sacred place with a living culture. The Yananu people who live there keep the energy alive, and it's their traditional lands. It belongs to them. And it's in a national park. There's a beautiful resort very close to the national park. And every year I run a retreat there. Now, for the last 3 years, I've run a retreat there, and this will be the 4th retreat. It's in May 2019 on the 18th and 19th. And it involves 2 days working with the angels. It's called Angels at Uluru. It's about clearing your energy, clearing the layers. They could be ancient layers, they could be this lifetime layers. It's about getting your intuition, tuned into your intuition, working out what your intuitive archetype is. Everyone's got their own way of tuning in. Everyone's got their own unique way. So we work out your intuitive archetype. We work with the angels to find the next steps in your life and to determine your life purpose, finding a deeper connection with your soul and really getting you on that path and purpose. It's powerful. It's beautiful, it's surrounded by nature, and it's a really amazing place. So it's, you know, for me teaching there, I'm being constantly supported by the energy out there. I don't get tired at all because it's just so powerful. I think Debbie was there last time, right? So if you're interested in that, there's still a few places left. It's, at the moment, it's super, I've underpriced it, to be perfectly honest. It's super low price until January. And then it's going up a bit. Now, people keep saying to me, maybe I'll come next year, maybe I'll come soon. I'm not necessarily going to be doing it next year. I've got other plans. So if you want to come, this is the year to jump on board. It's not super expensive at all. And you get 2 full days of a program with plenty of time to explore the area. We spend time down at the rock. You get to touch the rock, feel the vibrations from it. You get to see the beautiful rock art. You get to meditate. We do an amazing ceremony down there and call in the angels and ancestors and the guardian spirits of that place. There's nothing like it. So if you feel like this is for you, please give me a message and we'll chat about it. Or you can just book in, whatever you would like to do. Lots of love to you. Have a wonderful week ahead. And I look forward. Thanks, Sharon. I look forward to seeing you next time. Angel blessings.